Okay. Have you ever been using a creator app, scrolling through, and you admire the talent, but something just feels off? Like maybe it's cluttered, or you feel like your support doesn't really land, or uh, it just seems way too complicated for creators to actually make a living. It's a weird thing in the creator world, right?
Yeah.
So much amazing stuff out there, but sometimes the platforms themselves, well, they get in the way. So today, we're going deep on Fanbase. They've just rolled out this pretty major update. Some people are saying it could really change the game for how creators and audiences connect, how stuff gets found, and importantly, how people earn money.
Yeah, this isn't just tweaking the colors. It feels like a fundamental rethink of how the whole thing works.
That's exactly right. Our mission today is basically to unpack this whole thing. What's actually new? Why does it matter? Is it just hype? Or is Fanbase really trying to, build something different for creators? And what's really interesting, I think, is how this update seems designed to tackle some of those core frustrations head on. For creators trying to get seen and for fans who just want a more genuine connection, they're calling it a refactor. Think of it less like a paint job and more like, I don't know, rebuilding the engine and the whole navigation system of the car while it's still on the road. It's about improving the core performance and experience from the inside out.
Okay, right, a refactor. Let's get into it then, because it definitely sounds like more than just a visual refresh. It's about how you actually use the app, navigating, sharing, growing. Fanbase seems to be betting on making it smarter and, well, sleeker. So, first up, navigation. The sources are saying it's much less frictional, fewer taps to do things.
Yeah, exactly. They've streamlined the flows. So
Yeah.
posting content or maybe jumping into one of those live audio rooms they have, it's supposed to be much more direct. Less clicking around trying to figure out where to go.
Which matters, right? In a world where we're all tired of complicated apps, making things intuitive,
Hmm.
that could be the difference between someone using it for 5 minutes versus actually sticking around.
Absolutely. It removes those little roadblocks, those sort of digital dead ends you hit sometimes.
Okay, and then there's this smarter discovery thing. This sounds potentially huge. A new search and recommendation engine. They're calling it a personal content scout. That sounds pretty cool. Like it actively finds things for you.
That's the idea. Instead of you just endlessly scrolling, hoping to stumble on something good, this new system is meant to be more proactive. It learns what you like and then surfaces trending creators or maybe really specific niche communities or their short videos, the flicks. The aim seems to be faster discovery of relevant stuff, less passive scrolling, more active finding, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Fighting that content fatigue we all feel, instead of putting all the work on the user, the system helps out. Interesting.
And tied into that is making engagement itself more intuitive. You mentioned the audio bar, apparently. It's slicker now, less in the way. Icons are clearer, actions are more obvious. It might seem small, like button placement. But in UX design, making those core actions like tipping a creator with love, which is their microtip system, or joining a live chat, making those things effortless, that directly impacts how much people actually do them.
Right, so if it's just one tap to show some love or jump into a conversation.
Exactly. That low friction is key. It encourages more interaction more consistently. Love is interesting because it's instant feedback, both financially for the creator and emotionally for the fan. It feels like your support landed immediately.
Okay, that makes sense. So, stepping back from the features themselves,
Mhm.
what's the big picture here? The strategy behind this massive overhaul. It's clearly not just about making it look nicer.
No, definitely not. The sources are pretty clear, pointing to three main goals: boosting user retention, driving overall platform growth, and crucially, improving creator monetization.
Retention, growth, monetization. The big three for any platform, really.
Right. But what's interesting here is how they apparently got there. Fanbase is really pushing this idea of community-driven design. They're saying, every tweak and feature came from listening to actual users, creators, fans, partners. If that's true, it's significant. It suggests they're trying to build with their community, not just for them. And, platforms that genuinely listen tend to build more loyal, more engaged user bases. It creates a sense of shared purpose.
And that listening part probably feeds directly into retention, right? If the app feels like it understands your frustrations and actually addresses them, you're more likely to stick with it.
Precisely. A cleaner, more intuitive experience, it just reduces the reasons people might leave. Think about it. Less cognitive load, fewer moments of, ugh, how do I do this? That naturally leads to users staying longer, forming habits.
Which means more subscriptions, more of those love tips flying around,
Yeah.
a healthier ecosystem overall.
Exactly. And that seamlessness also creates what one source called a supercharged monetization environment. It's not just about having monetization tools, it's about making them incredibly easy to use.
So easier discovery leads to finding creators you like, and then it's super simple to subscribe or tip them.
That's the cycle they seem to be aiming for. Less friction in discovery, less friction in support. It ideally benefits everyone. Creators earn more easily. Fans feel good about supporting them directly.
And you mentioned this isn't just a one-off thing. This update is laying the groundwork for bigger plans, scaling.
Yeah, the sources frame it that way. Every improvement, smoother navigation, better discovery, easier engagement makes the platform fundamentally more efficient and user-friendly. That kind of foundation is essential if they want to scale significantly. It makes the platform more attractive to both new creators looking for a better home and new users looking for a less cluttered, more rewarding experience. It's about building for the long haul in a really competitive space.
Okay, so let's bring it down to the individual level. For you, listening right now, whether you're a creator trying to build something or just someone who loves finding cool stuff online, what's actually in this for you? Let's start with creators. What are the real, tangible benefits?
Well, faster content posting is a big one. Less time wrestling with upload screens means more time creating or engaging. Think about that indie musician example, cutting upload time from an hour to 10 minutes. That's a real value.
Definitely, more time for the actual craft.
And discovery.
Better discovery is key. The smarter recommendations mean your work has a better chance of reaching people who will actually appreciate it, not just getting lost in the noise. It's about finding the right audience, not just any audience. And the money side, easier monetization.
Yeah, making subscriptions, love tips, selling exclusive content, making all of that much more straightforward and accessible right within the app. The goal seems to be simplifying the path from passion to paycheck.
Right. And you mentioned something earlier that feels really important here, ownership.
Yes, absolutely. This is maybe the core philosophical difference they're pushing. It's positioned not just as a place to post stuff, but a platform where you can build a business around your content, your intellectual property. That's a critical distinction. It's about empowering creators with more control over their revenue, their audience connection, and ultimately their creative future, rather than just being dependent on opaque algorithms or platform rules. It's leaning into the idea of a creator-owned economy.
Okay, so that's creators. What about the casual users, the fans? What's the upside for them?
For fans, it starts with that effortless browsing. Finding creators you already love or discovering new ones should be much quicker and hopefully more enjoyable. Less endless scrolling, more finding gems.
Makes sense. And engagement.
More opportunities and easier ways to engage. Jumping into those live audio rooms, sending love, interacting in real time with creators and other fans. It's about making participation feel natural and rewarding.
Creating more of that community vibe, as they put it.
Exactly. Fostering a sense that you're part of something, that your support matters, your voice is heard. It's trying to shift from just passive consumption to active, meaningful participation within these digital communities.
So let's zoom back out again. All these improvements, navigation, discovery, engagement, monetization, community. How does this whole refactor actually fuel the platform's growth? Because, let's get real, growth isn't just signing up new users. It's about keeping people engaged and happy so they stick around.
Right, and this is where all those pieces start working together. The update tackles several key growth levers directly. First, you've got reduced churn. When the app is easier and more pleasant to use, fewer people are likely to abandon it. That's huge for sustainable growth.
Lower churn means you don't have to work as hard just to replace the users you're losing.
Exactly. Then there's increased session time. Smarter discovery and better engagement features should naturally keep people exploring and interacting longer each time they open the app. Deeper engagement.
Which probably leads to higher conversion rates.
That's the theory. When users are more engaged, and the tools for support, tipping, subscribing, buying content are right there and easy to use, you'd expect more people to take that step, converting browsers into active supporters.
Okay, that makes sense. And you also mentioned viral moments.
Yeah, an architecture that's built for smoother sharing, combined with better discovery, makes it easier for great content to, well, catch fire. Organic spread is a powerful growth engine. So what's really fascinating is how these aren't isolated things. The easier navigation helps discovery, which boosts engagement, which increases session time, which improves monetization and retention. It creates this self-reinforcing cycle. Each improvement feeds the others.
Right, it all connects. So wrapping this up, the core takeaway seems to be that this Fanbase update isn't just a cosmetic touch-up. It really is aiming to be a new chapter, a foundational shift. They're setting the table, it seems, for a platform where creators and their audiences can genuinely win together, where the value feels more balanced, more transparent.
Precisely. It's doubling down on those values: community, creativity, and that crucial element of ownership. And this fits into a bigger conversation happening across the digital landscape, doesn't it?
Right.
This gradual shift towards platforms that aim to truly empower individuals, moving away from purely centralized models. Which brings us to a thought for you, our listener. If this kind of community-focused, creator-owned approach really takes hold, what could that mean for your relationship with the creators you follow and the platforms you spend your time on? Could this model genuinely change how we all interact with digital content and support the people making it?
Definitely something to chew on. What does this shift really mean for the future of online communities and how creativity is valued? We'll leave you with that thought. Until our next deep dive.